Hey, hello guys, welcome back. I'm continue talking a little bit about manifesting something into reality. Yesterday I gave an example about a house, and I wanted to continue talking a little bit more in depth about it so you can understand a bit better the principles of how you bring something in physicality. As we discussed, 5D is non-physic, right? And this is physic, right? Physical. Nothing new. All possibilities exist in 5D. This is not crystallized. This is all the possibilities where has not something been materialized because the energy is too high, and here something is three dense, is condensed in atomic matter, so to speak. Right? It becomes matter. So here is your imagination. You imagine something, and you want to have your higher self beams at you by your highest excitement. Let's manifest a house, right? So you see, you don't see yet, but you receive the idea of you be able to imagine the house, so you know that you can bring it into the 3D, and you feel that is a true desire with integrity as a fuller expression of well-being. Why not go for it, right? So the thing is, this is often this is from nothing, no house to a house. That is of course for many people a big challenge, right? So most people think, as we are conditioned, that they think, I need money, I need to find a job, right? You know, this stuff, right? So what they do is they go from uh, direct tuning into that house, they go into already a process that they imagine it to be, right? So they have already created a how. That that delays the manifestation because the universe cannot have all the possibilities to deliver that to you as it would have if you just tune in direct to a house, right? These these are just structures now. These structures now has to come into place because you already imagine it to be, right? So if you can skip this structure and you say, okay, no, I'm all right, I understand. Universe will deliver it to me, and the how is not my possibility. It can be the case that you feel the excitement about a job and the excitement about saving money. That's then in that case the path of least resistance and your highest excitement to do so to get to that house. That is valid because we are conditioned in that sense. So that's logically wise. It is the fastest way. But I invite you to go first to the house if you want to manifest it in the fastest possible way. So what happened? You create time to get there. What is time actually? It is an illusion because it is something that is created in the 3D for the physical mind to understand certain things to make it sense. But from the fifth plane, there is no time. So the house, at the moment you imagine the house is already there, right? The house is already, at the moment you imagine your house, no, it's already there. But in 3D it takes time, right? So why does it take time in 3D? It is because we need to become the vibrational match to it. So time is a result of becoming the vibrational match to that version of you, having the crystallized belief in the physical mind, so to speak, that is capable of holding that, so it will materialize in the 3D. So the faster you can build that in your mind, the faster you can build that structure in your mind, the less time is needed, so to speak. So the less you think in the how, the less you start to think in concept how that stuff will come to you, and the more you just focus with the physical mind in imagination how this works, and leave your higher self, the non-physical part, guide you in the 3D by your highest excitement. And that leads you along a path that can be so far from logic to get there, so far from what you think to have that unfold towards that desire. And that's a tricky thing. Tricky is a big word, but that's something that the physical mind not always understand. Because the physical mind think, okay, I need a house, I need this, I need that, I need that. That can be the case, but not necessarily. So let's say, because the universe has so many ideas for you in line about what you could manifest, that let's say you also want to have a love life, right? And the universe knows that there's some trauma, some things that needs to be cleaned out, right? And it sees that you from nature, you maybe if you would have your own house, maybe you would not enter some sort of life lesson so easy as it would have done, and it sees that it will find the next day a nice partner for you that you have a relationship for a few months with, and you live with that house because you don't have your own house. So the only really thing is to live in that house with that person, and that has been a strong invitation to learn something extremely specific, but ego does not really want to live, and you learn that specific thing, and that then leads you to more close to the vibration match of that house, with maybe a love life, or maybe you start living with that, So the thing is, you imagine that house, but at the same time you just drop the whole picture, because you know that what the higher self is beaming as you at the most ideal version is the absolute minimum of what you can manifest. Think about it. So you imagine something like that, but you don't want to insist on it, although you do want to continue practicing that with a certain consistency and persistency, but not insist that it has to look like that. Because if you would do so, you will prevent yourself from achieving something even more beautiful that even could come in the fastest possible way. So let's say, give you an example about, you want to have your ideal love life, and you say, okay, this partner must be like 1.78 meter long with green eyes and long black hair, and it has to be look like that. Then the universe can, of course, do its best and try to deliver something for you, and it will maybe eventually look like something like that. But if you just say, I leave it open, I would love to have experience the ideal relationship that would roughly look like that can bring up this emotion of the emotion of how I perceive the ideal relation, right? And then you can maybe find someone that has blue eyes instead of green eyes, but still it's a perfect way. So there are a few things. So in the time what is unfolding over time, you create all kind of parallel realities. So actually you're rebuilding your reality billions and billions of times per second. So you can see that as like a film strip. The old film strips, they look like this, right? That you put in the old-fashioned, right? You look like this. And this is like a picture, right? Picture, and you have like and a movie has like 60 frames per second, I think, or maybe 90, I think. So it rebuilds picture after picture after picture, because that speed, it creates that illusion of continuity. That's a television screen. So the reality is nothing else than that. It creates the appearance of continuity. By the billions times per second, the reality is rebuilt. So actually, what you're looking at in the reality is nothing else than billions of postcards per second that flickering in your front of your eyes and create a complete new reality every single second. But nano, million, whatever second. But you create the illusion of static because it rebuilds so fast. So where I'm going with that, you need an amount of reality screens to process, to see the changes in your reality unfold. So the faster you can transform by all the realities you encounter every single second, and learn these emotions and learn the feelings and learn the limiting beliefs, the less time frames you need to get. That makes sense, right? So I'm going with that. And the faster you do that, how do you do that? It's not to try to change the reality. The reality is not what you want to work on. In that sense, try to mold it to how you think that it should look like, because that's attachment, that's forcing, that is stress. So the only thing is that you really want to do is take a few excitement steps, like me making that movie, promoting my work here. I have no idea of this is because I think, oh, my physical mind, yeah, if I make a lot of movies, people, people, I know, I get more clients. But it's not necessarily the case. But I practice that emotional state within in making it, helping me to believe it up even stronger that I am the person, and it is my highest excitement. So it brings me in that state of being that coach, and that is actually what you need to practice in order to materialize. So if you want to manifest your house, you have to find yourself a way that helps you to be able to believe it up that you can manifest your house. So maybe if you find people that you hang around with that already have that house and achieve that with ease, for example. Maybe just look at people that also enjoying the idea of having a house, also believing it up that having a house, something what will be less pleasurable, less flavor is, would say, people that do not believe that it is easy to have a house, or we think there's a lot of negative side effects to have owning a house right now. So these are a few things I wanted to share, and where I'm going with that is, yeah. So if you embody that future desired version, the things come up. And let's say if you never owned a house, and let's say if you have never lived in a house with ease, maybe it was a challenging thing as a child, or you could not be fully yourself as a child. That this is actually all these limiting blockages, emotions that you need to. The higher self will go to try to squeeze out for you, with you, in order to become the vibrational match of that house. Everything is symbolic. Everything and the outside world has to come through you from within. Nothing in the outside world comes to you if you do not change inside of you. Everything is just a reflection. So, here are a few thoughts. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and take care. Bye.